Alright, guys, I want to talk about one thing which I see a lot of people struggling with. So, this is more about the organic space in general. Every single person I speak with who is facing either a problem with going viral or they're going viral but then they're not converting, oftentimes it comes down to the same underlying problem. They're either creating content which is not salesy enough or not clear enough to make them appear like the one selling the product. That's one. So I'm just gonna actually type it here. Or number two, so they're not making it clear that they're selling it. And then number two is there's no high perceived value to the product. So they're making it seem like a cheap product or, a gimmick product based off how they're marketing it. Trust me, a lot of these 3-to-1 formats, which a lot of people do, it doesn't give this high perceived value or luxury feeling to the product. So oftentimes you might go viral quickly, but unfortunately it won't convert for obvious reasons. So high perceived value is really important, especially if you're like, at the end of the day, we're all selling it for 3 to 5x the price. So you're actually, you're charging a lot for the product. So you need to actually make it up to that price, the marketing. Okay. So you need to focus on better marketing, and then you need to be more authentic. I think that's the best word for it. A lot of people forget to be authentic. In my opinion, one of the best ways to stand out in a very saturated market, in a red ocean market, is to create a different style of editing. You could follow the same trends, but do it your own way. You know what I mean? So the format is the same, but then you have either the hand movements better, you have like a better background, something about you will make them know that it's you, it's your brand. So it's really important, and this will link to just quality. Okay, quality content, really important. This could be with the lighting, this could be with more props. Okay, so I'm just gonna do it like this. So props, invest into props and lighting. So these are some ways, okay, to go viral. But then let's talk about how to actually funnel them once you do go viral. And I want to give a quick note as well to this topic here. So when I said be authentic, obviously this is not as easy as it sounds. The best way is to make a list of 10 to 20 pages who are using this format. Let's make a quick example. So the 3-to-1 format, which is a very bad example, but because everyone knows this, I'm gonna just bring this as an example. So find 10 to 20 people who are using this, and then they're currently, like in the past week, have gotten some sort of good views using this format. By good views, I mean more than 100 or 200k views. Once you make a list of, say, 10 people, okay, 10 pages, that's when you have to take one, like, first of all, find out what's the pattern between all of them, okay? So where did they record this? What were they wearing? What was the text? What was the, the sound and so on? Once you find this pattern, take it, okay? Because if at least 5 of them use the same thing, you have a good chance that that's why they went viral. So take one thing from these 5 and then check the others. Maybe you're gonna get inspired to take another idea from the remaining 5, or if you have a list of 20, this goes on. So the point is, try to take ideas from people who already made it, okay? And then by taking proven concepts, so this is proven concept 1, this is proven concept 2, eventually you'll take multiple ideas and then you combine them to make your own, viral format. So you're not really reinventing the wheel. You're just seeing what's been working, linking the dots together, creating your own final product. And again, this may not work with the 3-to-1 format, or it may does, like to an extent, but it will make more sense in other ideas, other format ideas. So you should relate this to whatever product you're running right now and then think, how can I add to the wheel? So whatever they're doing, whatever is currently the trend, how can I make it next level, right? And the reason why this is important is because most people, they're limiting themselves by copying what others are doing and then not using their own creativity. So perhaps you have an idea, but because you've been copying others for such a long time, you're afraid of trying something new. Trust me, If you can find a pattern, okay, I'm not saying reinvent the wheel, just find a pattern, even from non dropshippers. So, whatever is going viral recently, we're organic marketers, we're not organic dropshippers. So, find what's trendy in your niche and then, take an idea from it, then maybe link it to one of these, proven formats which are currently working. And that's how you create your own trend. So, you're just putting puzzle pieces from different niches or different viral formats together to recreate a format. So that's what split testing is to an extent, but this is more about the brainstorming phase, not the moment you go viral, right? So oftentimes we find ourselves, even like with my team, stuck at this point where we need new formats. So that's the first thing we do. We just do more research. We see what's working right now. We start looking at things in our niche as well. So non-dropshippers, take an idea, and then most of the time, the best way to test these ideas is to use them as the hook or the format, so the text and the music. That's some of the best ways to get started with testing new things. I wouldn't change like the entire video, right? You're better off, let's say you have a proven concept in the past. For example, the product reveal, you can keep that on the beat drop. And then the first, 4 or 5 seconds, you can just switch the hook from one thing to another just to test different viral formats. So this is really important. And this is what makes you authentic, because people like viewers or followers who are watching, they're going to remember you, especially when they start seeing competitors. You have to remember, when they start liking your content, maybe after a few swipes, they're going to see your competitor, right? Because in the same niche. So you need to stand out. That's one thing you need to realize. You need to keep your brand memorable, like for them to remember. So that's one tip. And honestly, it all comes down to combining quality with new creative ideas. So if you can combine a proven concept, which is, has a twist to it to make it look like a new format, but then you couple it with really high quality content or production or even AI content, then that's how you go viral and then you print. So it's all about who's creating the trends and the most authentic. Okay? So these are my top tips for anyone who's struggling to go viral or doesn't know what format to follow. And then once you go viral, that's when it gets tricky. So you need to do a lot of CTAs. And honestly, you should treat every video as if it's going to go viral. So even when you're creating these videos, always have a call to action in the end. So link in bio or whatever. And then you could also use these formats which are making it clear that you're selling. A lot of people like to use this format where what people think we sell versus what we actually sell. It may not be very popular right now, but I actually see some people who are still doing it. So you could just shuffle this format with your, other formats. But this is actually one of the best tips, is to always consider that your next post is going to go viral. What this is going to do is you're going to naturally put in more energy on quality of your content, but also to your editing and to your CTAs. So these are some important tips. And then even in the caption, you could either make it clear that you're selling it, or you can just do something where, it looks like a natural video, and then you can edit it to link in bio once it goes viral. So I wouldn't be afraid of making it clear that I'm selling the product, especially if you're running a branded product. Oftentimes, once they see the logo and, the quality of the content, they're going to understand that you're selling it. So this is one. Number two is you want to obviously interact with all of the comments. And I want to break one misconception. A lot of people who actually reach out to me because of this problem, so they go viral and they don't convert, oftentimes they're doing it on a brand new account. And this is very common. When you have a small page, it's just natural that people will not trust your page because you have like below 100 followers or 1,000 followers. So always have this mindset that, okay, I'm going viral now. This is going to give me this momentum to build my brand, build my asset, my IG page. And perhaps the first video that goes viral would not convert that much. The second one, where I just split test and recreate the exact same thing but better, it's going to go viral. And that's where I actually print. So it's all about not feeling demotivated, because oftentimes what people do, they don't convert on the first one, they feel demotivated, they slow down, and then they quit. No, you actually need to double down and not just like hope that it's gonna change your life. No, actually double down, keep on pushing, recreate the same viral video, make it better. And the more you grow the page, the more you add these CTAs, preferably subtle CTAs. And even you could post a video which is just like entirely based off selling the product. So you can make it as a reply, and this is for TikTok. You could even do it for IG and then pin it. I've seen some people do this, not a lot of people, but I would do it honestly. If your product is one of those where it is very interactive with the customer or with the with the viewer, then I would highly recommend you do these, where you put like a bubble for the reply, and then you just you know make a video showing with TTS, text to speech, of how to buy the product. So this should be your like next post, and pin it. People will watch it. Obviously, you want to also reply to comments. You want to add in like the banner link in bio, and so on. Also, your bio, make it very simple. So just add in like a few features of your product, free worldwide shipping, and get yours here or something. Make it very simple. Again, 99% of the time is because of your followers. If you have a very small page, unless the product is such like a golden product, a lot of times people will just not click based off your followers. So it's normal. Just keep on growing, okay? So these are a few tips. This was a quick video, but wanted to quickly address this problem which a lot of people face. And honestly, like the bottom line is the format. Usually it's just about what content went viral. Okay? So like the final part here, this is simple. If you went viral with the right format and like the product is such a golden product, then I don't think you need to put in much effort on telling them where to buy. Trust me though, you would be surprised. A lot of people don't actually know how to buy, so you actually need to spoon feed them to to know how they purchase. But the heavy lifting is done by the content itself, so that's where you should focus on. And I would say this video, the CTA video, which you follow up after going viral, will help you a lot. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have learned something from this, feel free to subscribe, join my Discord, and we have a new brand coming in March. Very exciting. So if you want to be part of the team, you get free mentorship and cut. Let me know as well. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.